Hello, welcome back to my channel, the place where I review all my new pickups and talk about everything sneakers and streetwear. So another slightly different video today to the norm. I am going to be re-going over my favorite 5 pairs from the silhouettes that I typically collect. So back in 2021, image up here, of the like a filtering of the hashtag that I used. I went through and did on IG a list of my Jordan 1s, Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s, Air Max 1s, Gel Light 3s, N9000s, N9002s, and then V7000s, which is the, what is that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 or 9, 8 I think it is, silhouettes that I have lots of. And basically just did these individual posts. So today's one is going to be on the Jordan 1. So image up here on what that looked like. I remember it was three years ago-ish. So I will have got some new pairs since, and I have actually got a slight tweak to that list now because of one particular pair that came in. So I took my least favorite of the 5 then and traded that out for this other pair, which I obviously didn't own then. So cool. Just before we get into the detail, I have been looking at my analytics on YouTube recently and noticed just how high the proportion of non-subscribed viewers have been. So I just wanted to take one quick second to just say, if you do like this content, not only leave comments, but like and subscribe as well, so that I can get more done and can get stuff to people more easily. Cool. All right, let's get straight into it. So let's have a pile down here, and I'm just going to go through them one by one, and we'll talk about like why they're on the list, that kind of thing. Cool. So the first one comes in your typical box. I will show this and give some sizing tips as well on each one. So I do own these in a 12.5, and that was because of how difficult they are to get. They don't fit different to true to size, so get your true to size if you can. And actually, when these come out next year, they'll probably be easy to get given the way that JB has been doing things. So these are the 2015 Shattered Backboard Jordan 1s, covered in glitter. If you can see that at all on the camera. If not, I will insert some photos in the edit process, but they are absolutely covered in glitter, which looks insane. They look like I'm shooting this in mid-December, and they look like a Christmas pair because they're covered in tinsel. Okay, so why are these in the list? So back in 2015, they had never done a pair with leathers like this on there. It's become a bit of a running joke in the community that, oh, shattered backboard leather, shattered backboard leather. But until you've owned a pair and just even smelt them, like again, it smells like if you go into a store that sells leather bags, like an Italian store that sells leather bags, it kind of smells like that. And you can feel the difference, like night and day. There's no like, some pairs are a bit more tumbly and some pairs are a bit less tumbly, and typically they've just pressed on a factory machine, they've just pressed a tumble into it. This isn't even massively tumbled, it's just the feeling of the leather, which is insanely premium. I do have some leather laces in here in these, which is why they maybe look a little bit funky. I may change that out at some point. As I said, they are going to retro these in 2025. Oh, there's the spare laces in there. There should be some spare whites somewhere as well. My imagination, or my guess even, if you can see that there, if not, I will just Google an image and put it in. They have a limited edition, special edition insoles. If history is anything to go by with what they've done with the Fear Pack and a few other things, they're going to retro these next year, make them really easy to cop, use super typical leather, so it will be the part synthetic with a probably tumble press like they did with the taxis. They'll use that and they'll just have a orange insole. That's my guess. Maybe I'll come back and rewatch this video at some point next year and see what they actually went with. But cool, that is the first pair of the 5. I also am going through these purely in the order in which this stack has been done, and that is just completely random. So next we have the special box, the AJKO lid, which was all part of what they did with the Lost and Founds from Sandy Bros 2023, I think it was. I remember wearing these for the first time to the mall to do Christmas shopping, and I think it was Christmas 23. It might have even been Christmas 20, no, Christmas 22. I think it was Christmas 22. So maybe they dropped in like late 22, I think early 23. Okay, so the Lost and Found reimagined Jordan 1 Chicago. So Chicago's have always been my number one Air Jordan 1, my favorite Jordan 1. So no surprise, these have come into the list. For the record, they have gone into the list over and above the A Ma Maniére Jordan 1, which I still really, really like that shoe, but I think they were the weakest of the 5, so I put these in instead. And you can see up here on the collar, the main piece, which really makes it that Lost and Found, which means like you've kind of gone into Sandy Bros store randomly, and this is an 85 shoe that's just sat there in the box. So the typically what happens to these older pairs is that the ankle collar just starts to really kind of crumble first. So they went with that design. And there's some cracked leather on the main piece, and then whited out on the insole to again show the age. So they come with white or black laces. So there's just some blacks in here. They randomly didn't come with a bag, I don't think, because they put the 2 laces through the first eyelets. I've worn them with black and white, or these cream laces. I've worn them with both. They look super dope with both. But yeah, it's just an amazing shoe. And what I'll do, I'll go through each of the pairs that comes up. I will put a picture up in the corner of, frankly speaking, the first one I can find of me wearing them. So maybe some like top down. So I want to say I have memories of wearing them for Thanksgiving Day. Maybe it was last year, Thanksgiving 23. Okay, so that was that. Next pair, I'm going through them fairly quickly. The limited edition special box. This is a much more special box, I think. So I've taken all the paper out of this bag. So it's just the shoes in here. I need to do that with the Lost and Founds really. So here we have the 2018 Union LA Jordan 1 Black Toe, they're called, but it's basically the black toe here at the bottom half, and then the neutral grey at the top half, both OG colours, and it looks like they've basically stitched them together. So it's a bit of a Frankenstein approach, and you get that with the laces which change colour halfway up. Again, lots of vintage touches. You can see here, if this doesn't come out, I'll insert an image, but the lining is all kind of yellowed where it's meant to have been aged over time. Midsole, same thing. They didn't do any aging on the outsole, but they do also come with these mustardy type laces, and then some really specifically bespoke Union insoles, which I think is also quite cool. The only thing with the Union collab on the ones that I wasn't a massive fan of is this box. Whilst it looks really nice and cool, they have used this box for quite a few limited edition, I want to say 3s and 5s, I remember specifically, that have dropped since, and it kind of takes away from that box a little bit in my eyes, because it should have been a specific Union box, I think. Like what they did with the 4s, with the Union 4s, that box is very specific to those shoes. Whereas this one now, at the time of copying, I got these for retail from Offspring. At the time of copying, it felt to us like that was the Union box, and then it turned out not to be. Okay, so back to the OG box, but the mocha brown rendition. Again, these have all been true to size. These are all size 12s. Again, taking all the paper out and all that kind of stuff. Here, 2019 Travis Scott High. the first Travis Scott. So what do you have here? So the stitched a Velcro pocket at the back, which people always say is like you can put some certain illegal stuff in there. A bunch of spare laces, black, red, and there's pink somewhere. Yeah, there's pink and brown in the other shoe. I've never put the red or the brown in. I've worn the pink and the white, and I think they're the only two I'll probably ever wear. Don't know how I've magically done the pinks back up to look like they come out of the factory. But yeah, this is the shoe that kind of gave birth to the browns on Jordans. You know, they've been doing it on Fear of God for years and years, and there is actually some good combinations of some recent Fear of God shorts and sweats and stuff where it goes really good together. Yeah, the big oversized swoosh. These were in my video yesterday, so I won't stand on ceremonies and take too long. But the big oversized swoosh here, and then you have the Cactus Jack, invisible lettering on this side, which I think is glow in the dark. It's certainly difficult to see, and then the Cactus Jack logo on the back, and then the final bit, the Cactus Jack stamp, just on the tongue. So again, like I said yesterday, I did actually end up with 2 pairs of these somehow, and there's at least 2 or 3 pairs in my collection that I was able to justify by basically selling these and then same day buying those. Last pair, probably the most surprising for people, because this is a non-collab GR. This is the 2019 Turbo Greens. First shoe I bought when I moved to America. They dropped really early in 2019. This was back in the period where you couldn't really tell if shoes were going to sit or sell out or be hyped. I ended up with 3 pairs of these and returned 2 to the mall. Yup. I'll show the price of them now. DS. Could have gotten quite a few bits from the wanted list for these if I just kept onto them. One funny part here is, as you can see here, I have removed the lettering from it. I hated the lettering. I'll put an image here of that process. I think I posted it to Instagram. But yeah, it's just a beautiful shoe. The color is amazing. I have a Diamond Supply jumper sweatshirt that goes perfectly with these. I just wear them lots, and they've just kind of become autumn, winter, summer, you know, you name it. Spring, even it's a very spring shoe as well. They're just beautiful. Again, lots of spare laces in here that I never really wear. I just keep the whites in. But yeah, they're my kind of like slightly random selection. But yeah, I think they're gorgeous. So yeah, that's it for the pairs. What I will say is fit of the day. So I have on there the ALD New Balance 550s. Just put this down here. What else did I have on? Yeah, this long sleeve maroon, 021 t-shirt, and then the Fear of God Politics. Sorry, my brain's gone everywhere. Politics, Sneaker Politics olive fitted on. So yeah, that's the list. What I'm going to do over the next, I'm going to try and get one done every day in the build up to Christmas, and I'll go through the other 7 silhouettes on that list. So yeah, that's it for me. Another video I really enjoyed making. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it. That's it for me. Over and out.